housekeeping video and do a KonMari book purge because I had to empty my bookshelf. In order to get our washer and dryer into the house, I had to move it. It's a perfect opportunity when you have all your books in a pile here to kind of go through them again, even if you've done it recently, and just make sure that everything is still sparking joy, everything is still kind of a needed item in your house, because when you're a minimalist, it's an ongoing process of purging and letting go and then being very thoughtful about what you bring into your house beyond that. So I have a bunch of books here. These are all my books. So we only have one bookshelf now. We used to have like 2 or 3 and we've gotten it down to 1. Some of these books are Ryan, so I'm gonna just set those aside as I sort and we'll go from there. Dave Ramsey phase back in 2015. I listened to his podcast all the time. As much as I love Dave Ramsey, I can pretty much tell you the 20 Million Makeover like from my mind. KonMari talks about how when you go to a lecture and you take notes and things, you need to put those notes into action right away and then discard of the paperwork. And so I kind of feel like Dave Ramsey is the same way. I understand the debt snowball. I understand like most of all things that he's taught. By the way though, this one, if you have kids, it's a must read. However, I do have a bunch of Dr. Laura Schlesinger books and I will be keeping these. I talked about this book specifically in my Stay at Home Mom video. I love these books, and this Proper Care and Being Husbands, these are books that I will go back and reread, and they make me a better wife, a better mother. They make me more at peace with my role. I'll link all those books below because I think they're just very, very helpful in terms of a marriage. I would say that Ryan and I have a very happy marriage, and Dr. Laura is a huge reason why. Is a Sherlock Holmes fan, like this video or put it in the comments below. I adore Sherlock Holmes and I love these books from Barnes & Noble. I'm so sad where we live right now does not have a Barnes & Noble. They're so beautiful, and my daughter bought me this copy of The Secret Garden. We love the movie The Secret Garden. I will totally connect that down below as well as this book. We also have The Wind in the Willows, and this isn't, I think, an illustrated copy. And this is another one. I mean, I kind of went crazy after discovering Sarah Mackenzie and the Read Aloud Revival in 2016. You know, I was kind of building my library. Now, again, this is all before minimalism. At this point now, I only buy things when we're going to use them, or I rent them from the library if I can. I love classics and I love dystopian novels. So I have Fahrenheit 451. So as a minimalist, I kind of think like, why keep a book, right? It's always like a why for me. Things like this that are classics are books that I want my children to read, and I think it's really valuable to have books on the shelf. I also have the Winnie the Pooh collection. These are awesome. Books that bring you joy. This is Wicked. I have parted with the other sections of the story, but this is the first one. I also saw the Broadway show of, not on Broadway in Portland, but of Wicked, and I love it. I love the music. Not that I will necessarily reread this again, but it takes up very little space and it brings me joy, so I'm keeping it. Is the best organizing book ever. If you guys have not heard of Cass from Clutterbug, go to her YouTube channel right now, well, after you watch this video, and check out her like description of the 4 different types of clutterbugs. She has the best material. She's so authentic and funny and like real. I love her personality. She has a great big personality and I love it. And I have learned so much from her. Especially that, I'm like, why do I always pile papers? Because I'm a cricket, okay? Like, hands down. It's not an excuse, but it's nice to kind of figure out what your style is, because some people have to have everything kind of out, and visual clutter drives me nuts. Like, you wouldn't necessarily know it because it just seems to happen in my house no matter what, but I don't like things out on the walls. I don't like collections out. So here's the thing about kid books. There's twaddle and there's like literature. And I try to only have literature, but the twaddle entered my house before I found out about Charlotte Mason and what good literature and good books are. So I have things like this. Do I like this book? No. Does it bring me joy? No. Do I want to read it? No. However, guess who it does bring joy to? My daughter. So when I find a book like this that I personally don't want to look at or read, but I know that it might still bring her joy, I'm gonna put it up in her room. And I'm gonna keep all the literature down here, so you can see that couch back there. That's where we do like our reading together. So like there's a fireplace back there. It's just like a cozy front room. All my husband's idea and I love it. So this book, this book. This is a beautiful book. You guys have a chance to pick this up. The images are just beautiful. Because I have a son, I absolutely love this picture where he's standing out and looking out the window. The way they capture just the body language of the little boy's silhouette. Love it. Not like the rainbow fish. I get what they're trying to get across, but I don't think this was the way to do it. I think you could have talked about sharing your talents or, you know, sharing your excess food or something a little more concrete. Let me know in the comments below if you love this book or don't like this book or what your thought is on this book. Like, are we the only ones who kind of are like this with it? I kind of want to just let it go. I think I'm going to sneakily let it go. These Paul Galdone books, they're the best fairy tale books. We have a few of them because I was collecting them for a while. The images are amazing. They're well written. They're nice to read. They're nice to look at. Our cat after, Leo the Late Bloomer. This is like my sister's favorite book when she was younger. This is also an awesome book, The Curious Garden. Here's another one of those GALDONE books. Oh my gosh, you guys. This book, The Winter Bear, it came out in the 70s and my mom bought me an original copy. I don't know if you've ever been exposed to this book. I wish they would reprint this so badly. I'm not really sure who to contact to ask them to start reprinting it. The images are absolutely beautiful. The language is good. To me, The Winter Bear is such a classic and I don't know why they don't print it anymore. We also love most anything by William Steig. One more thing, if you guys have seen or if you've read or seen the movie Wonder, this is We're All Wonders. It's the picture book. We found out about this during the story time at Barnes & Noble. It's really well done and kind of just tells the story you know, as a child could understand it, a little child. And it's pretty much at the end, it says, look with kindness and you will always find wonder. And the moral of the story is that we are all wonders. That was my piling. Okay guys, so here is the bookshelf now. On the top one, I just have kind of my classic section. On the second shelf, we have like Ryan's books and any kind of like history book over there. And then I have my like religious section over here. Down here is kind of like the self-help or reference section. So there's cookbooks, anything I'm into. These are like self-help books I'm reading right now. I'm still working my way through Dr. Ray's book, but it's awesome. Down here this is at kid level, so I thought I would actually put these two books that I thought the kids might be interested in looking through down here. And I moved these down here so they could have access to kind of looking through them. And then here's their kid book section. It's actually quite, I've gotten rid of so much, you guys. It's quite small, and I made sure there's space so they can kind of like get through it. And then I put some of like the bigger books here. I ended up getting rid of this pile. It doesn't look huge, but it was, you know, anything that we weren't using. I just wanted to show you my after. Hey guys, I hope that was a helpful video. It feels better every time I go through my books, and I'm always surprised at how I can find multiple books to let go. Over time, your interests and what is bringing you value to your life changes, and so things need to be reevaluated. Let me know if you went through your books or if you're planning on going through your books in the near future. Again, this is Laura from What Laura Likes, and thank you for stopping by. I'll talk to you later. Bye.